Welcome to Historical Shot Hub. Today, we're diving deep into the Cold War, a period defined by covert operations, espionage, and intense political maneuvering between the United States and the Soviet Union. In this video, we'll uncover 10 facts about the Cold War you didn't know. Stick around to learn about the secrets that shaped one of the most tense eras in modern history. Our first fact takes us to Operation Gladio, a clandestine operation involving NATO's secret armies spread across Europe. Originally set up to counter a Soviet invasion, Gladio became involved in covert activities within Western countries, including possible connections to political destabilizations. The full extent of its operations remains controversial to this day. In 1954, the CIA, in collaboration with British intelligence, dug a secret tunnel under Berlin to tap into Soviet communication lines. Codenamed Operation Gold, it was one of the most audacious espionage efforts of the Cold War. The Soviets eventually discovered the tunnel but allowed the operation to continue to feed misinformation to the West. Vasili Mitrokhin, a senior archivist for the KGB, defected to the West in 1992, bringing with him a massive cache of secret documents. The Mitrokhin archive revealed extensive Soviet espionage activities in the West, including the infiltration of various governments and institutions. These documents have provided historians with invaluable insights into Soviet intelligence operations. The Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962 was perhaps the closest the world has ever come to nuclear war. For 13 tense days, the US and the Soviet Union faced off over Soviet missiles in Cuba. Behind the scenes, intense negotiations and backdoor communications helped prevent what could have been a catastrophic conflict. In 1960, an American U-2 spy plane was shot down over Soviet territory, and its pilot, Francis Gary Powers, was captured. This incident caused a major diplomatic rift between the US and the USSR, leading to the cancellation of a planned summit between President Eisenhower and Premier Khrushchev. The U-2 incident exposed the extent of US aerial surveillance over the Soviet Union. Following the failed Bay of Pigs invasion, the US launched Operation Mongoose, a covert campaign aimed at destabilizing the Cuban government and assassinating Fidel Castro. The operation included a series of bizarre plots, from poisoned cigars to exploding seashells, all of which ultimately failed. These efforts highlight the extreme measures considered during the Cold War. While the US succeeded in landing a man on the moon, the Soviet Union's lunar ambitions were plagued by a series of failures. The Soviet N-1 rocket, intended to carry cosmonauts to the moon, exploded multiple times during testing, effectively ending the USSR's hopes of winning the space race. The Soviet moon program remained shrouded in secrecy for decades. Often seen as the ultimate symbol of the Cold War, the Berlin Wall was not just a physical barrier, but a tool of psychological warfare. It separated families, prevented escapes, and became a flashpoint for East-West tensions. However, many don't know that the wall was constantly modified with new security features, including mines and automatic guns, to prevent escapes. After World War II, the US secretly recruited over 1,600 Nazi scientists, engineers, and technicians under Operation Paperclip. These individuals played significant roles in developing rocket technology, nuclear weapons, and other advanced systems during the Cold War. The ethical implications of employing former Nazis were largely ignored in the race to outpace the Soviet Union. In 1974, the CIA undertook a secret mission, Project Azorian, to recover a sunken Soviet submarine from the Pacific Ocean. Using a specially constructed ship, the Glomar Explorer, the US attempted to salvage the sub's nuclear missiles and cryptographic materials. Although the mission was only partially successful, it remains one of the most ambitious covert operations of the Cold War. The Cold War was a time of unprecedented secrecy, tension, and technological advancement. These 10 facts barely scratch the surface of the covert operations and political maneuvers that defined the era. Thank you for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Historical Shot Hub for more deep dives into history's most intriguing events.